morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and today I'm going to show you how to make low-carb broccoli and cheese casserole. I have searched the web and I have found about 3 that I like, so I have taken all 3 of those and I've made it the way my own. I made it the way that I think that my family will enjoy it. And so in this bowl I've got 5 ounces of cream cheese, and I melted some butter, about 2 tablespoons of butter in my casserole dish. So I just poured probably a tablespoon in here. To this, I'm going to add 1 egg. That's broccoli. While I was cooking the broccoli. Okay, I'm going to add 1 egg, and I'm going to mix it up really well in my cream cheese and my tablespoon of butter. And it'll take a whisk to do this, because if y'all have ever worked with cream cheese, you know it takes a minute to get it all incorporated and get it broken up. And I have a soft melt setting on my microwave, and so when I'm cooking with cream cheese, I always put it on the soft melt because most of it calls for softened cream cheese. That light's on, okay. So as you can see, it mixes up really well, real smooth. When you get it, put it on that soft melt and get it a little warm. To that, I'm going to add, I've got a 1/4 cup of sour cream here. I'm going to add that. One of them called for heavy cream, but we like the sour cream, so I just use sour cream instead of the heavy cream. And one of them called for mayo, so this is a 1/4 cup of mayo. Now that was a 1/4 cup of sour cream and a 1/4 cup of mayo. Now this casserole is not going to have any cream soup in it, like cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of celery, because I don't use those. And so that's what the cream cheese, the egg, the sour cream, the mayo, that's kind of what it's going to do, is take the place of that.
Those soups are heavy in additives and extra calories, aren't
and they have wheat flour in them as a thickener. So, and I can't have that. I'm gluten-free.
Okay.
And this is also gluten-free. Okay, now, that's kind of going to be the base to our casserole. Now, to this, I'm going to add, this is 3 cups of broccoli. And I put it in, I showed y'all this before. I put it in my little steamer. This is a Pampered Chef, and I love it. I think this is the 2 quart. You can get it in 1 quart and 3 quart. And if you get all 3 of them, it's only like $45. This one was like $13, I think. And I have given them to several people as gifts because I just love mine. It takes 3 minutes in the microwave for broccoli. And if it's half full, this much took 4 minutes. I did, this is almost 4 cups. I did it 4 minutes, and then, but if you don't have one of these, get a microsafe bowl, put your broccoli in it, cover it real good, put a little salt on it, and about 2 tablespoons of water, and cover it real good with plastic wrap, and put it in the oven and cook it for like 4 or 5 minutes, and maybe 6 minutes, according to how done you like your broccoli.
If you have one of those stretch covers, that would work to cover it.
I don't think so, because you can't get it tight enough. You want it really tight to create steam in that bowl, and those would just, no, that wouldn't do it. You would need a plastic wrap. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little more than a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper to that, because if y'all know, we like pepper. Now, I am going to put just a few shakes. This is, oh, I'm glad I looked. I've done this before and I have made a mess. So, some of them you take the lid off and it's got this little thing on it, but others you flip the lid, and this one you flip the lid. So this is red pepper flakes. I'm going to shake just, oh, I don't know. Y'all can see. You do that according to how you like it. About that much red pepper flakes in there. Now, I've got 2 full cups of chicken right here. I seasoned my chicken with garlic, salt, pepper, and also when I was cooking it, I put about probably 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. If you've got the paste, put that in there. But if you don't, you can just use the powder. And I had powder, so I mixed it in like a tablespoon of water and made it a little slurry-like type thing. And so I poured it over my chicken. So my chicken is well seasoned with, and I'm not going to put any more salt because that chicken bouillon has so much salt in it, and I tasted a piece of chicken and it does not need any more salt. So I seasoned my chicken when I cooked it with salt, pepper, garlic, and I used garlic powder and the chicken bouillon. So to this, making sure I got everything. To this, I'm going to add my 2 full cups of chicken. Now you can add more. I've got more cooked over there, but I'll use it in something else. This will be enough. And I've got almost 4 cups of steamed broccoli. All right, and we'll add that. It's a very easy casserole, and it's easy to, it's not a whole bunch of ingredients, and it's usually things you already have at home. Most people have sour cream, most people have mayo, they have cream cheese. If you cook very much, you've got these. They have cheese, salt, pepper, garlic. So it's mostly things that you already have in your kitchen. All right, now I'm going to add a heaping cup. This is 1 cup. I'm going to add a heaping cup of shredded cheddar, sharp cheddar, and you know I like to shred my own cheese. It just melts better. And this is a 4th cup of just shredded Parmesan cheese. I buy it already shredded most of the time. Sometimes I'll shred my own, but I don't use it a whole lot, so I just usually keep the shredded. So I'm just going to stir all this up. Man, it looks like you could eat it right now, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does.
All right, I'm going to stir all this up. Now the egg and the cream cheese is going to act as a binder, and it's going to make it, and the mayonnaise and sour cream, it's going to make it creamy like your cream of mushroom soup would. So this is the first time I've ever made this now, because I'm coming up with it this morning. And if we really like this recipe, then I'll write it down and it's the one I will use. But
well, if we don't, you won't put this video on either.
You're right. If we don't like it, y'all will never see this. Sometimes I forget when I'm doing these videos that I'm not live. And I'll think, oh my goodness. It's like y'all have already seen it. It's because as I'm doing it in my head, y'all have already watched it. Y'all are watching it as I'm doing it. So I forget that if it don't turn out, I can always just strike this one and do another one. So, but that's how into these videos I get. It's crazy. But I love it. I love doing it. This looks delicious. All right. Now, probably it would go in a 9 by 13, but I'm not sure what size, and it doesn't tell me what size this is, but probably it's the equivalent of a 11 by 9, I would think, since it's not square. If it was squared off, I think it would be a 9 by 13, but I think it's probably like 11 by 9. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put a topping on this yet or not. Probably what I'm going to do.
Wow, that looks like it's enough like that.
I know. Probably what I'm going to do is I could sprinkle a little pork panko over it, which is nothing but pork rinds crushed. And y'all have seen me use them before. I could sprinkle a little of that over it to make a crust, but I don't think I want. because that's a little strong flavor. I don't think I want that flavor, so probably what I'm going to do is about 15 minutes before it gets done, just grate a little bit more cheese and sprinkle over the top. But if it's just for us, so I may just leave it like this. Now, if I was carrying it off somewhere, I would definitely dress it up. I would put a little topping on it. But since it's just going to be us eating it, I'm probably going to leave it just like this. But you know what? I try to make my food as pretty for us as I do when I'm taking it off. I like to put pretty food on my table. And so usually anything that I would take off, I will do it at home. So probably I am going to sprinkle a little cheese over it about 15 minutes before it gets ready. I've got my oven preheated on 350. Everything in here is done. The broccoli is done, the chicken is done. I just want to cook this till it gets bubbly hot, probably 30 minutes. And so I'm going to put it in my 350 degree oven. And y'all will find out when it comes out whether I decided to put cheese on it or not. So I'll be back with y'all as soon as this gets done, and we're going to see how it tastes.
Here we go.
Okay. Roy just came up with the most ingenious idea.
What are you wanting?
He
You
does.
never brag on me that way.
Well, he took me to Belk's the other day, so that's okay. But I made some keto biscuit for breakfast. Now, these are a little brown because y'all know me. I get impatient. So you're supposed to cook them on 375 for like 20 minutes. Well, I bumped it up to 400 for 15 minutes because I had already fried our egg. I had already got everything else ready. So they're just a little bit browner than what I usually do.
I like them brown.
I know, yeah. Well, we do. We like them brown.
Now, these are all keto biscuits.
Yes,
or if
they
you want
are.
to use it as a sandwich, it's just keto bread.
And I put
Look at
a
this.
little bit of, it's got a little pepperoni in it, but that's okay. Because what he said, honey, why can't we take those, because I was talking about putting a topping on it. He said, why can't we take those those keto biscuit, crush them up, and use it as a topping? And I thought, you know me, he's the big picture. I zero in on the details. He says how it can work, and I start searching through everything why it might not work. So I said, well, I think it'll be too gummy. I think it'll be too have too much moisture in it, but we can try it. So I took my little chopper. You see this? I took my little chopper out that my daughter Jill gave me.
Jill, her birthday is in October, remember? And she's just a bragging on you, so.
She gave this to me about probably 10 years ago, and it's one that her mother-in-law gave her probably 30 years ago. And so, yes, it is very old. I don't know, the name brand is Jergo or something like that. And I mean, it still works really well. But back to Roy's ingenious idea. So I took
Say that again.
Roy's ingenious idea.
That sounds real good.
So I took and put it in my little chopper, and I melted a little bit of butter. So I'm going to put this in here. And I only did I think it was 3 biscuit, might have been 2, but I think it was 3. I'm going to take my fingers because I want to get this butter incorporated in it really well. I'm telling you, this is ingenious. This is great. If you could feel this, it feels just like if you had taken breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs or anything else that you would use as a topping and grind them. Look at that. Now the butter is already incorporated in it. Look at that. It's perfect. And this is keto right here. And the casserole is low carb. I don't know that, let's see. It's got the cream cheese, the chicken, the broccoli. I think it's.
I think it's keto.
I don't know a whole bunch about keto, but I think that would be considered keto. And I know this is, because these are keto biscuit. So, in about, let me see how much longer it's got. Oh, good grief. I forgot to set my timer. It's only been in there like 20 minutes. So in 5 more minutes, because it's gonna cook 30 minutes, I'm gonna put my topping on it because I don't want my topping to get too brown. And it's, as you can see, it's already a little brown. I don't want it to get too brown. So in 5 more minutes, I'm gonna put my topping on it. And when it gets ready, I'm gonna show it to y'all. And I'm telling you, this works. This is gonna work. This is perfect.
Can I have an extra allowance this week?
You can also, if you want a little bit more cheese, you can put cheese in here and stir it around. But we don't, since I've got cheese in the casserole. I'm just gonna leave it like this. So
Now, I'm glad that the pepperoni was in the biscuit.
yeah, well,
See, because now I think that's going to be good on that broccoli
I
casserole.
think it will too. But it's very little. You can see, get real close. You can see the little pepperoni right there where it ground up. Can you see it on the camera,
Yeah,
honey?
yeah.
Yeah, those are just little bits of pepperoni, and so soon as it comes out of the oven, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Go ahead and turn it on.
It's on?
Oh, okay. We like 10 seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and turn my timer off and my oven off, and take my casserole. Oh my goodness. I should have got the 2 potholes. Honey, get in there. Let me turn it. Look at that bubbling around there.
No, I'm looking
At the topping.
at the topping.
Oh my goodness.
And you know
Y'all,
what I
look at
see in that topping?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni! Wow, pepperoni is a seasoning.
Wow.
My.
That is a good looking casserole. But you know what? The proof is in the tasting. So I'm fixing to get a spoon.
Well, you can burn your mouth, not mine.
Oh, you can blow it. I'm gonna let you blow it. I'm gonna get a spoon.
Okay.
And I said when you're steaming your broccoli, put it in the oven, but I looked at my microwave. You steam your broccoli in your microwave. And I said that, but as I was going back over it, I just said oven. I didn't say microwave, oven. So I just wanted to clarify that. So I am fixing to cut in, you know what? No. All right.
It's not quite ready?
Yes, it is. I want a picture of that.
Okay.
Cut the camera off. Oops. You know how you do things that I didn't even have my camera on. Roy and I have been just talking for 5 minutes here, and the camera wasn't even on. So y'all have missed a lot of funny stuff. But anyway, Roy's fixing to taste of this casserole. I stopped it to take a picture, and when I got the camera, I forgot to turn it back on. But anyway, so
You notice she gives, when the dish is really, really hot and thick, heavy, she uses my mouth for the experiment.
no, I want you to see if it's as good as I think it is. Well, it has to be because we love everything I put in it. So
Rose, that's marvelous.
good.
Now, folks, that is so good. If you could taste it, and I wish I could hand you some, but if you could taste it, y'all would have this for supper. And it's completely keto.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rose doesn't ever like to say anything is completely keto because she's not that expert on keto.
Mm-mm.
So
I
I'm
like
going
to
to
say
say
low carb. That's
I'm gonna
how
say-
I say.
keto-esque.
Yeah.
Because we don't know of anything in here.
He used that word the other day. I said, "What are you talking about? I don't even know what esque means."
Well, I hate to tell her, but everybody outside of this kitchen knows what esque means. It's
But
just
when
another
he
word for
said,
like.
Well, honey, it's like picturesque. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, then I know what it means." But I just never heard
Wow.
esque. But
Now-
anyway,
Let me tell you something else. Here's the keto bread that we used she chopped up and used for that.
For the topping.
Yeah, this keto bread, she actually incorporated some
Pepperoni.
pepperoni in it to begin with, so that's got pepper on it too. So,
But if you're just making the keto biscuit, you wouldn't put pepperoni in it. But
well, we eat this.
I made 2 different kinds. I made it without pepperoni this morning, and I made it with pepperoni. So, y'all please
And
subscribe.
yesterday she made it with sausage.
Sausage,
Oh,
yeah.
my.
Yeah. And with my homemade jelly and my homemade syrup. Now, let me tell you, woo, that's some good eating. But y'all please subscribe to my channel and share. Sharing, I'm getting new subscribers every day. And it's because y'all are sharing my videos. So, this is easy. Roy says it's delicious.
Well, this is another landing zone dish. What do I mean by landing zone? When you go up on a diet, sooner or later, you're coming down. Well, if you come back down in the same food culture, with the same selections at the same frequency, when you come down, your fat cell activity goes back up. So what this does, it takes some of those dishes that you used to eat out and replaces it with something that's more healthy. It is delicious. You don't realize that you've cut these things out because Rose is designing it to be delicious. And she's great at that. If I could show you all the ribbons she has that won thousands of dollars for her based on creating recipes. So you're going to see her all the time changing recipes and creating recipes. And the rule for a new recipe is in most contests across the country, if you're creating and competing, you have to change 3 main ingredients and then it's yours. So Rose she learned to do that, and that's what she likes to do. But in that situation, it results in food like this and like this that you can take advantage of now in your new culture and keep it off the hips.
Okay, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.